Well, good morning, everybody. Hi, thanks for joining me. This should be interesting. Basically, I've been hearing a lot about creative burnout, and I'm burned out, and I don't have ideas, and blah, 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 blah. Not to discount it, there is such a thing. And I hate, well, let me just show you where I'm going with this. Creator burnout. So, why'd I make this? I hate to see my friends fall for this. So, I got a lot of friends, a lot of creators. In fact, anybody who creates anything is pretty much my friend, and they're awesome. And by create, I mean YouTube or paint or make cars or play with Lego blocks. You're creating something or anything. So, anyway, creds. I don't care. You know. You can listen to me. You can not listen to me. I don't care. I'm trying to help out my friends. I have been doing creative work. It's more than 35 years since I've been 15 in some way, shape, or form. And I've never, ever, with a few exceptions, and when I figured out what was going on, had creator burnout or ran out of ideas. And when I say that, people are like, oh, that's bullshit. YouTube's gonna kill this video. Wow, too much headroom. And again, I don't care. But here's the thing. What I'm going to tell you works, and I don't want you to buy into the BS that's being sold to you about creator burnout. And I'm going to walk through the things that I know for a fact work if you suffer from burnout or mental blah blah or whatever. Okay? Cool. So here we go. We're just going to jump right in. I'm going to somewhat ignore the comments, and then I'll flip back to them possibly in between these, because I don't know how long this is going to take. This may be 15 minutes or maybe 40. I don't think it's much more than 30. Let's continue. Boom. All right. So, warning. This session will offend the meek, the stupid, the argumentative, the cowardly, bad guys, drug companies, the twister words crowd, the media, people who always make excuses, the untitled, the not effective, small thinkers, the I'm a victim card players, the politically correct, the every word offends me people, snowflakes. That's a new word I learned the other day. That's apparently been around for a decade. And bunch of other folks that, frankly, I don't care about and aren't my friends. Yeah, how about that? Somebody's already bailed on this thing, right? Okay, so that's the warning. You've been warned. So whatever. Here we go. All right. If you're one of those, please bail now, as you're not welcome. To everyone else, welcome. Woo! Okay. Yeah, I'm on a thing. I'm on a thing, man. I'm watching people buy into this crap, this creator burnout, blah, 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 blah. Now, again, any of this, you can write it in a little notebook. You could say, Kev says, I hope you don't do that. I hope you make this information your own and use it, or you evaluate the information I'm giving you and go, nah, that's BS. Great. So, quickly, let's go over here and look at problems. So, here's the thing about problems. Problems are not solved by creating solutions that need to create more problems to be solved. Evidence, most governments. Well, they want a bunch of political people. So look, You got a problem, and you'll see this all the time, where someone has a problem, and they come up with a solution, which creates a problem, which come up blah, 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 blah. I try not to do that. I don't know if aliens shot me in the brain with some sort of problem-solving thing, or my parents imbued this, or I figured it out. I don't know. I'm not any smarter than most, probably less smarter than a lot of people. But the way I view problems is if there's a problem and it gets complicated or it's unsolvable, then there's something wrong. And I always dive, the basic filming, I always dive under that and go, what's going on, and draw the lines back. I didn't know I really did this with regards to my own burnout, or I can't come up with ideas, until I saw these posts and continued to see these posts over the past 5 or 6 months and went, people have a problem with this. I need to slam down some truth in their lap. And if they take it, great. And if they don't, they can continue to be, I'm burnout. Not to make fun of them. This is a thing. Anyway, next. All right. So, creative burnout. There are only 2 sources where a person who's creative can get burned out. There's only 2, I promise you. Those are external and internal. External, everything away from you that would come this way. Internal, the physicality of this body and that thing up there that people spend too much time digging around in. That's what I mean by external and internal. So first, let's take up external. Number 1. Wow, is that spelled right? Maybe. So, external. Source number 1, external. You got people, you got media, you got books, you got newspapers, you got TVs, you got movies, etc. You have all these external things coming at you and influences and the news and blah, 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 and people, blah, blah, and it gets all confusing. It's not confusing at all, because behind all that, there are people, period. There's people. The news reporter, the giant banker that doesn't lend a hand to some farmer who just had his whatever farm obliterated by a tornado, the insurance company that takes 9 months with a family and 5 kids and doesn't take care of them. There's people. There's always people. Stuff just doesn't happen. Okay, fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, I get it. But anything else in this world, you can always tie to, in some way, shape, or form, people. Okay, follow so far? I'm going somewhere with this. You just got to hang tight. And this should make sense to you. And if it doesn't, then I failed. All right. Now, people. Now, let me just say this and carve this into your brains with giant 10-inch tongs and bullets and anything else that'll make this stick to the gray matter in your brain. The most valuable people in the world can create. Period. People who can create are really valuable. They contribute. They make things. They do all sorts of stuff to make the world something, anything. Follow. That's you. You are one of the most valuable people in the world. And if you deny that or you don't own it, I'm sorry. I think that anyway. In fact, I know that because the world wouldn't be where it's at, all the good stuff, without people who created shit, stuff, whatever. So, the most valuable people in the world can create. They create art, music, videos. They create children, moms and dads, inventions. They create marriages, they create paintings, buildings, jobs, they create money, they create pottery, they can create communication, good communication, books, food, education to bring new people up in the world to, be educated and take over the world. Okay? Okay. Next. The most valuable people in the world can create. They are in the majority. Now, don't fall for this crap. Don't fall for it. The people and not the someone got momentarily pissed off or upset or whatever. The actual people, the bad hats, the bad guys, those guys that sit there and attack you and your channel. Yeah, they don't have any videos. They can't create. That's the deal. They can't create or feel they can't create. And if you imagine not being able to feel that you could create anything in the world, and these people will lash out at people who do. That's a fact. Okay, next. Those who can't create will attack overtly, and I mean like they're very obvious, or secretly anyone or anything good. And don't be going on some witch hunt. Oh, this guy, my wife got mad at me. She's a bad person. No, I'm talking about people that vicious. They spit acid. They attack anything good. I'm not going to say or imply that the news media does that. Okay. Those who can't create will attack overtly, like outwardly or secretly, mostly secretly, anyone or anything good. They'll attack art and artists and musicians and music and videos and children. They'll attack humor. They'll attack marriages. They'll attack paintings and buildings and jobs and anyone who makes money, anyone who does jobs, anyone who creates pottery, anyone who has good positive communication, anyone who writes books or reads books, anyone who produces some sort of products, any type of education. Why you? Because you create stuff and they can't. Follow. Like, I'm not paying attention to the comments. I'm sorry, but I just want to get through this and then we'll play in the comments. Now, just follow with me. Follow this. It's really simple. If you take off any of your blah blah stuff, pay attention, and then make your decisions on what I'm saying when we're done. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Now, let's look at people. So those who can't create will attack anyone or anything good. They are in the minority. Part of their game, the news media does this for the most part. These crazy people do that. People who just aren't good people. And I don't mean the momentarily people that got pissed off or they yelled at you or whatever. I'm talking about people that make their living either overtly, outwardly, or most of the time secretly. They're in the minority. They make all the news. The media blows them all up. You see all this stuff. You see people complaining about this, the good people, because they're like, wow, look what happened to me. So it looks like, and this is what they're banking on, is that they are this huge force of people with hate or you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't create or whatever. That's how they play this game, and that's how they win. They're not. They're the minority. I can give you and prove this a gazillion times over with analytical statistics that I have, and I'm not going to because I don't feel like I have to. Next. So, if you are constantly hammered by these people, you will feel drained. You'll feel you can't create. You'll feel tired. You'll run out of ideas. You'll feel, oh, I've lost. You will feel burned out. That's one. So you got, as a creator, YouTubers know this. They're getting hit with crap and this crap and that crap. And their wife's not a bad person. She just doesn't understand, is hitting you with, oh, well, why do you spend so much time on that? You should be out mowing the lawn. You should be doing that. And it's just a thing. And like termites, they just keep chipping away at your feet and just going until you're like, gosh, I can't deal with this anymore. I am not an advocate of any political party, but I can tell you this, nor am I actually I am. I'm an advocate of the hopefully one day political party that is, I'm sane, I'm rational, and I make decisions for the populace and at least the next 3 generations. But we're not going there. But what I'm talking about is you look at these politicians, you cannot be president and not get ripped to shreds. Whether they're good, bad, stupid, intelligent, whether they're black, white, Chinese, woman, whoever they are, they're going to get ripped to shreds. You see these guys age, they're going to give up, some don't, and they're going to do kooky stuff because they're getting hammered. Like when you're a kid, if your parents are constantly hammered on you, you're going to like go, okay, I freaking give up. And that's sad. Artists, and I include everybody I covered, anyone who creates something, are magnets for these people. Because you create something, they're going to come after you and try and pound you down. Now, I could stop right now and just say, flick, just laugh at them or feel sorry for them and ignore them. But there's more to this. Okay, that's an external source. These guys will make you feel burned out. Okay, people, this is the drill. This is a practice. This is something you should seriously consider doing because you've drilled it all the other way for years and you've watched people around you drill the other way. Number 1, recognizing the good people versus the bad. This takes practice. This is not what this whole thing's all about, by the way. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff to cover about this burnout thing. But you need to recognize someone who's like upset or they're pissed off at you or whatever, but they're good people. They work, they pay taxes, they try and create whatever that it is. Maybe they try and create a job for people. So what? You need to recognize those aren't the bad guys. The bad guys are the doing that, or the hidden guys, which are the worst, which when you're not looking, they're stabbing everybody in the back. And I think I didn't say the news media does that because, they wouldn't do that. Okay. Next, you need to recognize the bad people are a minority. Civilization since the beginning of time, I guess, maybe not the beginning of time, loves to hunt a sector of society down or a people down or a something down. They all jump into the boat. Let's go get the bad guys. They're a minority. Don't go on a hunt. Just practice going, this person, suspicious. This person, yeah, they're cool. Oh, they got pissed off at me. Whatever. They're still cool. This person, suspicious. Keep your eyes open. Look. Oh, well, they do this. Well, oh, where are my keys? Oh, where's the money stolen from the job, from the till? Oh, these guys are constantly leaving bad comments. Oh, they're always making these insinuating marks about what I do, about YouTube, about my marriage. Wow. You do this YouTube thing? Huh. I don't see how people survive doing that. Nice, huh? Hey, is your wife okay with you doing that YouTube thing? Doesn't it piss her off? It's very syrupy, yucky. Next. This is a prime hidden factor in this thing called stress. Now, a number of people, and I'm not watching the comments, are going to jump on the bed. No, stress is this, and the FDA says this, and the drug companies say this, and this says this, and blah, and stress is like this, and stress is from working too hard, and stress is from having to deal with a life. Okay, you can do that, and you can continue to be under stress, or you can start recognizing that a huge hidden unknown factor in your life is the stress. Usually hidden are these people picking away at you. They are most often hidden. Like you got the magnifying glass out looking at everybody and you can't see them, and they're just sitting back there and they're doing the hey, you know, there sure is a lot of crime in here. I hope you're doing... Oh, yeah, I'll help you anytime, dude. What you want? No, I'm putting sugar in your freaking gas tank. Those guys. You need to recognize that if you're sitting here like, I'm under so much stress, you need to stop. I'll tell you how to handle that in a minute. Lastly, don't play their game. Don't play. When everybody's like, let's go jump on the... Let's take history. The Romans, the Christians, the Japanese, the Negroes, Black, African Americans, the Irish, the English, the this, the that, the Iranians, the Serbians, the Iraq, blah, 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 blah. When somebody's doing that, you got a bunch of people jumping into that. There's someone pouring gasoline on that and lighting a fire. Don't play. When somebody leaves a bad comment on your channel, don't play. Just recognize it for what it is. You're one of those guys, and blow them off. In that case, even if they aren't, it's no skin off your back to go, blow them off. What, are you going to hurt their feelings? What are you, the feelings sheriff? Just blow them off. You'll be so much happier. I'm going to include in this, I get shock from the news media and everything else. It's tough. I'm on Twitter and I see 400,000 people potentially might die, sources say. And you're like, what the hell is going on? And then you're sucked in. Ignore it. There's nothing that's going to happen on this planet, for the most part, that's going to concern you that you won't hear about. So you don't need to go seek out bad crap. You'll be so much happier. Okay, let's go next. All right. Don't allow them in your house. My house is my life. And I don't allow people into my house who are a-holes. Consider your life your house. Would you let somebody in your front door hang out with you and your wife or your children or your girlfriend or your guy friend or whatever you do? Would you let somebody hang out in your house that goes, wow, man, what you're doing? I saw your video. It was kind of crappy. Hey, man, your marriage sucks. No, you'll never be able to win at YouTube. Oh, you're not going to make enough money. Well, you know those money people who pay $1 zillion in tax, they're all bad money. Would you invite this person in your house? I'd be like, there's the front door later. And I do this with my life. And I'm surrounded by great people. And all of you, well, not all of you, but many of you are here. There are people that I don't allow in my house. When I first recognized this at an early age, and was actually consulted on this, I had a tough time. I had some bad people in my life, and all sorts of shit was going wrong. I had a hard time connecting the dots, and finally I was like, that's it, and I just got them out. You're out of here. I didn't receive any communication from them. I didn't give them any They were out. There may have been a couple that didn't deserve that. And I don't mean from a, okay, you yelled at me, you're out of my life. I mean, bad people. My life from that point went like this. And that mere statistic or analytic for me went, wow, look at that. And then I seen other people do it. And same thing happened. Get these douchebags out of your life. If it's your wife or your kid or whatever, you better like take a real hard look at, Is that your shit? Is it their shit? Are you making that shit? Oh, yeah, made me dinner again. And it's like, you're creating that. So don't create antagonism or upset with other people, or you'll experience this. But anybody who's like nasty, don't let them in your house. Kick them out of your house. Get them out. Somebody came into your house and started telling your kid, yeah, you just need to be quiet in school and don't have any aspirations. No one ever really makes it in music. I would grab that sucker and I would throw him through a frickin' window. Probably not, because I didn't want to waste the window. Don't let these people into your house. Just trust me, it like clean house. The worst that could happen is some people who are like iffy will get mad at you and pissed off at you. Okay, it's tough. I know. Let's move on. All right. Now, we went over the external sources. It's external, man. All this shit coming at you. And it's not the boss who yelled at you for doing a bad job. And it's not the client who was pissed off at you. It's the person who slowly nags you every freaking day and how bad you are and you didn't do a good job. And this, maybe you'll have a job tomorrow. Maybe you won't. Bail. Okay, good. Now let's go over the internal sources. So here's the internal sources. They're either physical or mental. Period. There aren't any other sources. There's external sources, and I told you about those. That's people and news, but that's all people. And there's internal sources. We'll cover the mental in a minute. I saved that for last because that's probably going to blow some people's minds and piss them off. So let's go over the physical. All right. So, number one, let's look at your diet. So, exercise, sleep, drugs, and some sort of medical condition. That's it. Now remember, we already covered external. This is physical, internal. It's either diet, exercise, sleep, drugs of some sort, or a medical condition. There aren't any others. Oh, but my house is filled with, what do they call them? Black mold and everything else. That's a medical condition. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's take a look at diet. So look, your body is a tool. You're such a tool. This body is a tool. It's like a car or a hammer or whatever it is. Get all philosophic. You are not your body and blah, blah, and you're whatever. I don't care what you believe or whatever. Your body's a tool. It's a tool. It's useful. You use it. Follow? Okay. You need to feed the body. It needs fuel. You disagree with that? You got a body. It needs fuel. And if you don't fuel it up, then it's not going to operate well at all. Period. Okay. Vitamins help. I'm not suggesting you take vitamins or should take vitamins. I think, opinion, vitamins help. And you need to throw out these fad diets. And what do I mean by a fad diet? Well, I'm going on a diet for the next 2 months and I'm drinking orange carrot juice. Just stop. This is not what your body needs at all. Just by diet, I don't mean dieting. I mean what your body needs and should eat. That's all. So everybody's body is different. Dave Clark may love and feel good when he eats seafood. I eat seafood and I don't. Someone else may go on I forget what all these diets are, the high protein, low whatever diet or eating habit. I don't want to call it a diet, eating habit, and it works for them. And they feel good and they have energy. For someone else, it doesn't work. This everyone has the same thing, doesn't. My wife can live on salad and nuts and raisins all day long. If I do that, I just die. I physically die. Everybody's body is different. Just like, not what you like. I love potato chips, which are awesome. But what gets you going? Like what feeds your gas tank? You should be eating that. Okay? All right. It takes months, even longer, to build up a head of steam. When you start changing your diet, you're going to withdraw from donuts and potato chips and Cokes and everything else. And in the meantime, you start eating right, whatever that means to you. I mean, come on, it's a body. Protein, veggies, however that is, that. But when you start changing your diet, or you start trying to repair this tool, in 2 weeks, just screw that, man. You've spent probably a year or 10 years or 30 years like bashing your car into a wall and feeding it crappy gasoline. It's going to take a while. The body takes a while to go, months, if not even longer, to go, oh, I get it. I understand. It was a while ago, whether you do this or don't do this ago. I went, okay, that's it. I'm feeling draggy. I'm feeling this. Okay, let's look at my diet. And I just went, you know what? I'm going to cut out the sugars. I'm going to cut out the blah. I'm going to cut out the chips and the this and the that. I'm going to eat like proteins, maybe a little bread, vegetables, just for 3 months. And I'm going to get some exercise. My exercise was like, let's go to the gym. I'm going to go with my wife. I'm going to do some yoga. Stretch, put your arms out. It's hard, by the way. It doesn't look hard. And for the first 3 months, it sucked. It was brutal. And after that 3 months, I lost 20 pounds. And now I see those donuts and those chocolate chip cookies and the sugar. And I'm like, because the body took time to gear up and get back into place. You want to recover this tool, because this is the tool you're going to use for the rest of your life. You want to recover this tool as far as eating goes. Screw all this 2 week shit. Go, okay, I'm going to do this for the next year. That's my advice. Do whatever you want. Okay. A starved body will make you feel drained, feel you can't create, feel tired. You will run out of ideas, feel you've lost, and you will feel burned out. Okay? So, got all these external influences, and you'll be like, oh, I don't feel like creating. I don't know why. I don't have any ideas. That's one. The next is, chocolate chip cookies and this and blah, 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 blah. And I drink, slam down 6 shots of scotch the day before. Nothing wrong with drinking alcohol to excess. Not a good idea, especially you drink all that alcohol or whatever and you're sitting there the next day, I don't know, I just don't feel good. Because alcohol, the reason why you get high on it is because it's a freaking poison. And you can check your medical facts on that. Anyway, it will make you feel burned out. That's that one. Next, exercise. Some people are going to cringe. Some people are going to go, Some people are going to have failed a million times at doing this. Some people are just like way over the top. Some people get none. So a body needs to be used. If you take a car, like a body, you go buy a brand new car, a 2020 Lamborghini Aventador or whatever, and you go park it in the garage, you cover it up, and you leave it there because in 20 or 30 years, you're going to have this mint car. And in 20 or 30 years, you're going to pull it out and it's half fallen apart. It will be no good. It will be trash. This thing needs to be used. It needs to be used. You need to use the body. Exercise or just getting out, walking or whatever, it likes to be used and move through space and time. It likes movement and to be used. That's why the DNA that you grew up from, or the creator you believe in, or wherever you got these muscles from, that's what they're for. You don't need to be all buff unless you want. I'm a strong guy and everything else. You just need to use it. Just go use your body. Go walk it. Go work out in the yard. Just use your body. That's all. Just use your body. There's some reasons why you may not be able to. Next, knock out the fad exercise crap. Just like the diets. Oh, I just bought the new electronic tummy builder, and I just sit here, and I could sit here all day and watch Netflix, and I will lose 35 pounds. That's great, and maybe you will lose 35 pounds, and maybe you will lose that tummy fat, but you're killing the shit out of the tool you're using. You're not using your body. Cool. All right, next. It takes months to build a body back up. If you've been trashing your body for the last 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 years, whatever that means to you, it takes time to build a body up. It was 3 months. It was actually 6 months. And I'll tell you a story a little bit about that. It was like something like 6 months before I was like, wow, I'm getting up in the morning and I feel refreshed. It was, for some people, it's like, for me, I was like, I woke up in the morning, I don't feel like totally jazzed, just a little bit jazzed for me. And after a while, I was like, wow, I got my diet in, got my exercise in, everything else. This tool, there's a point coming. Okay? Overcome inertia. So, barring a medical condition, we'll get into that in a minute, there's this little hidden factor that people don't realize, and it's a physical law in this universe. And unless you're smoking whatever you're smoking, this thing has physical laws that apply to this universe. One of them is called inertia. A body, a thing in motion, tends to keep going in motion. A thing at rest wants to stay at rest. This thing, if you're sitting there and you're blah, and you're editing all day, and you're watching Netflix all day, and you're not getting any exercise or whatever, does this thing where you're like, I should go exercise, or I should get up. Now the body, being at rest, goes, I really don't want to get up, dude. Like I'm just happy here. Hey, hon, can you come help me do this? Just, oh man, and I gotta. That's the body. That's the body telling you, nah, I don't want to get up. I'm at rest. I don't want to move. And you, unfortunately, have to go, screw you. Get your ass up out of the couch, you lazy little beach. And just grab it. Get up. Get in movement. Then you start moving. You start working on something. I'm sure you've seen this where you're like, I don't want to do something. And then you start working on something or something like that. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, this is great. Wonder what I was complaining about. Or maybe you haven't. This is a big thing. Inertia. Like overcoming this inertia for this thing to stay at rest. It's flipping you off. It's like, I'm not getting up. I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit here in this chair. Screw you. I don't want to get up. And you're like, yeah, I know. You're sitting there. You've been at work all day, sitting in a chair, and you come home and you sit down on the couch, and you ever wonder why after sitting all freaking day and you come home at the couch and turn on the Netflix, why you're like, oh, that's better. That's because you picked up the body out of the chair at work and drove through traffic and space and time and got home, and the body went, oh, yeah, back to rest. That's what I like. Screw him. This does not control you. You control it. So tell this nasty, whiny, backflashy, pushback little bitch to obey. Get out of the chair. That's a real thing. I promise you, that's a real thing. Okay. Now, a body that isn't used will make you feel drained, feel you can't create, feel tired, run out of ideas, feel you've lost, and you will feel burned out. Now we got the body. Got all this incoming crap, people carving away at your soul. You got bad diet where you're like, you've got, you're not using your body, you're not walking away from your desk, or you're not actually using your body a little bit, and it will put a drain on you, and you'll be like, man, I just don't feel like creative at all, and I don't want to shoot that next video. That's because you haven't overcome the inertia. You haven't gone, yo, body, we're going out, we're grabbing that camera, we're going to shoot something, shut up. Okay, moving along. Almost done, sort of. Sleep. Body needs sleep to regenerate. It needs sleep. That's part of the deal. That's just it. When you drive a car, it needs oil changes. Whether you like it or not, it's going to need an oil change at some place, or the motor's just going to go, I give up. A body needs sleep. Just get your body some sleep. Whatever that means for you, that means for you. There is no award or medal except by other people going, I just worked last month and only got 2 hours of sleep a night. Good on you. And whether it's, especially for 15-year-olds, whether it's a day, a week, a month, or months, it's going to catch up with you, and you're going to be sitting there going, I don't know what's going on. I mean, last week I've been getting good sleep. I just kind of burned out, and I don't have any ideas, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So if you can't turn it off, take a walk and look. Okay. I'll give you an example. I've had this, and I've had other people do this, going, I can't sleep. I can't turn this off. I can't do this. So they go watch something and fix their attention on it. Or they go read something and they fix their attention on it, which is not bad. I'll make you sleep if you can't sleep. Here's what you do. Here's what I would have you do. Okay, we're going to go outside, put on your coat. But I can't want to do that. Yeah, inertia. Put on your coat or whatever you do and start walking. And just keep walking and keep walking. Instead of spending the next 2 or 3 hours going, I'm never going to sleep. I'm going to be wrecked tomorrow. Just keep walking. When you get walking to the point where you just don't even think you could drag yourself another inch, walk a little bit more. Then turn around and walk back. I guarantee you, not only will this exhaustion that you're suffering from and all this blah blah that you're suffering from will go away, you'll freaking sleep. You can't not sleep unless you're jacked up on drugs, or you've like, oh, maybe it's the 13 pots of coffee that I drank before I went to bed. Some people don't have that problem. That's how you solve not being able to sleep, turning this off. And when you're doing that, look, you've been doing this all day. You've been thinking about editing and thinking about videos and thinking about this and thinking about that. And what am I going to do? I'm going to edit this. I'm going to do that. Oh, my taxes. And I forgot to do. You're like in here. You need to get your attention, force it out on the world and get out of here, because this thing's spinning. So you think thinking more is going to help that? No. You need to get your attention like out on other stuff. Okay? Okay. Getting there. So, a body that isn't well rested will make you feel drained, feel you can't create, feel tired, run out of ideas, feel you're lost, feel burned out. You're seeing a thread here. You get 2-3 hours of sleep. I'm awesome. I can live on 2 to 3 hours of sleep, and that's awesome. And then I'm like, I'm the man. And you're like sitting there a day or a week or a month later going, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of suffering from creative. Hey, creative burnout. What do you do for creative burnout? Oh, let me reply to this. I don't know, man. I got the same thing going on. It's one of these things, and a few more to come. Next. Internal. Remember, we're talking about internal. We did extra drugs. So, look, street drugs, they'll kill you. Medical mind drugs, and I don't want to poke anybody who's doing whatever. I'm talking about inappropriate, badly prescribed, whatever, mental, mind-altering drugs. Excessive alcohol and other foreign substances. I'm not talking about you're perfectly healthy and you smoke cigarettes and you smoke 2 or 3 or 5 or 10, whatever cigarettes a day, whatever. If you're in good shape, personally, I don't think it matters. I'm not talking about having some wine the night, at the night with your dinner or anything like that. I'm talking about going out and getting smashed, and you're sitting there the next day or the next 2 days. You've got this poison in your system, and that system is like, and you're not going to be able to think clearly. You're not going to be able to operate clearly. It's called a hangover. Why do you get a hangover? It's poison. Duh. These medical mind drugs. And again, I don't want to cross over into somebody who has been properly, I don't even want to go there. Street drugs. It's only pot, dude. And when I smoke pot, I feel like I'm better and at one with the universe, and I can think better. I'm going to call bullshit. Sorry? So, here's some big lies. Drugs do not open your mind to creativity. They do not. How do I know? I ain't telling you. I was a young teenager once, and I fell for it. And once I realized what was going on, I was like, wow, that was kind of stupid. Not hard shit. Anyway, I guess I can't run for president now. Drugs create a disassociation with the real world. They destroy the body and your thinking. They make you look in instead of out. All these things. So they don't like, open your mind, I feel better. I remember smoking some pot, which was not like what people smoke today. As a band, as a 14, 15-year-old, and we'd be sitting there, we'd be high, we'd be like, whoa, we're playing music and we're recording. I'm like, man, this is the best ever. And this part and everything else. And then a day later, listening to it and going, what the frack was that? It disassociates you from this world, and you live in this world. And if you're not associated or seeing or looking at this world, you're dead from a creative standpoint. They destroy your body. I mean, they sap all the things out that keep you out of this stuff. They sap out certain vitamins, B1, stuff like that. Like, they just kill your creativity. And you're like, oh, but it's okay. It's not okay. And if you want to keep doing that, then keep doing that. But if you come back and go, oh, yeah, I only smoke like 1 joint a day, 1 joint a week, or whatever else you do, you go, but I'm just kind of burned out. Well, okay, you bought into that. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm saying you shouldn't. Not because it will kill your creativity. And this, you're looking in. My mind. Like, this world has gone mental, and they're all looking in. What does that really mean? What did he really say? And did she really mean? And that gets you frickin' nowhere. You need to look out at the world. Fortunately, you're videographers or photographers or whatever you do. You're lucky because you spend a lot of time, if you make videos, looking out. Like Jake. He's in Alaska. He's looking out. He's looking at the mountains. He's looking at the ice fields. He's looking out. He's looking out. He's not sitting there going, oh, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I should turn left, because he would crash his freaking drone. He would die in an ice cave. He's looking out. He's looking at the world. These things will make you look in, and then you'll do it again, and they keep shoving you into your thought a meter more and more and more and more and more. And if you're okay with that, fine. If you want to justify it with it, if you want to argue with it, have at it. I'm not having that argument. I know what these things do from a tiny bit of experience, and also part-time many years ago from working 10 years in a drug rehab facility that was successful, and knowing what these things do to people. They will kill your creativity dead. Okay, good. So, drugs will make you feel drained, can't create, feel tired, run out of ideas, feel you've lost, feel burned out. Hey, there's a thread here. If you're sitting there like, you know, down in a bottle of Jack, you know, every night, if you're sitting there, oh, I'm only smoking a couple of doobs with the friends every night or every couple of days, if you're doing anything like that, you could end up feeling burned out. Now, tomorrow, in a week, in a year, you're going to be burned out. You'll be like, oh, I'm all burned out, man. This is now a personal opinion. I am okay with people who smoke cigarettes, who smoke cigars, who drink moderately, no matter what that is. I don't buy into the, well, I have a higher tolerance and I could put down 2 cases of beer a night. No, you're numb. I have a problem with that. The reason being is because cigarettes create cancer. Okay, fine. Have cancer, and then you'll have cancer, and then you'll die. Cool. Or they stink, or whatever it is. I've seen vicious attacks on people who smoke cigarettes or smoke cigars, even when they're outside, and well, look at that dude over there smoking a couple of joints and nothing said. Like, hold on here. Wait a second. I don't have a problem with people like that. They aren't harming as a creative who smokes cigars once in a while or smokes cigarettes or has a little bit of alcohol or something like that. They're not killing their creativity to a large degree. They may be killing themselves, not their creativity. That's the whole point of this. Okay, you'll feel burned out if you do that. Next, medical. So look, we've covered external. Here comes okay, get that out of there. We've covered, man, my diet sucks, dude. Your diet sucks. Not, you don't do my diet. It's a big difference. What works for you? What's your diet? You know what a good diet is. Hamburgers. If you like beef and you like the protein from hamburgers, eat the frickin' hamburgers. You know? Tear half the bun off or eat the frickin' bun. If you're going and, you know, buying a triple, quadruple hamburger from McDonald's, whose meat sucks, by the way, and 13 bags of French fries every single day, you're going to have a problem. But medical, this is also a thing. People have medical problems. What's worse is the unknown ones. So, get a medical checkup. You've 6 months, you got your diet working, you move the body around. I don't know, you do yoga, you stretch, you move around. Everybody's different. A 15-year-old runs 150 miles. Jake Sloan goes out and hikes 32 frickin' miles. Someone like me, this is not entirely true, but let's say it. Maybe for me, the gradient or where I'm at is I walk around the block once or twice or something, you know. But at least I'm moving the body around and doing something. And you've done a good diet. You're getting a little exercise. You're not really taking any drugs or anything else. And all those external stuff, you've blown it away at everything else. You're on a good diet. It's been 6 months or a year. You're doing well. Your body's doing well. You're getting exercise. You're doing all those things. And still you're like, yeah, I'm still feeling bad. I'm feeling kind of burned out. It's time to go get a medical checkup. Period. Here's the thing. Go to a reputable doctor. Do not go to a doctor who goes, oh, well, you don't feel creative burnout and you have stress and I'm being paid by, I don't know, some drug company who comes visit me every month and gives me free shit and gives me a kickback. So it's all mental, dude, and take these drugs. You do not want to go to that doctor. You want to go to somebody who's like, wow. So how are you feeling? Well, I'm still tired. I'm eating right. I'm doing this. Well, let's check it out. Don't fall for the mental stress crap, please. Just don't fall for this. don't fall for this mental stress crap and the drugs and everything else. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not saying that there aren't certain people with certain brain, whatever conditions. But man, this world, and especially the U.S., is freaking out of control on this shit. Oh, like I woke up today. Did you wake up today and your left toe hurts? We got a drug for that. That pisses me off because the drugs aren't medical antibiotics or something like that. The drugs, they change your thinking, your state of mind. They're all their drugs. They'll kill your creativity. Disagree? I don't care. I got plenty of experience on this and plenty of statistics and analytics showing that's true. You don't have to believe me, but it's true. If it doesn't resolve, it's the wrong thing. If you go into the doctor and he's like, well, I think it's your right ear, inner ear, blah, blah, and I'm going to operate and rip out your eardrum and blah, blah. And half a year later, you're doing all these other things. And half a year later, you're getting this medical thing handled and it didn't fix it. Well, then that wasn't the right thing at all. At all. So here's the thing. Here's an example. There was a person that I was working with. This was in another thing that I used to work with. And the person was insane. They were committed to a hospital and they were putting them on drugs and putting behind that and the white jacket and the whole thing. And I was like, I don't think so. Was able to extract this person from that mental hospital, which is rough, oddly enough, especially if they have insurance. I told you, this is going to be a bit of a rant. And what happened was I got him to a medical doctor and come to find out that the person had a broken back, as in not like I can't walk, but there was a break in their certain backs and certain bones were broken. So repaired the bones, got those all thing, had some back surgery, casts and everything else. And the person was all of a sudden sane. The insinuation I'm making here is don't discount that something's happened to you physically that maybe you're not feeling or something's going on there that you need to go check out. Go get a physical checkout, head to toe. Is there anything going on with me physically? I want to know if there's anything going on, and don't buy into, well, the new gauge is high blood pressure is at, 120 because it sells more shit. 120 is fine. Another example. Oh yeah, high blood pressure. I knew a guy, and over time he was turning into a nasty dude. He was pissed off at the world. Everything was bad. He was pissed off. He hated his job. It was just like crazy. He ended up just off the cuff. He didn't know. He's a bit younger. And got his blood pressure checked by a reputable doctor. And his blood pressure was at like 190 or 195, which means he should have been in the hospital. He didn't go to the hospital. And he was given something. Wasn't a drug. It was a open up your veins drug. His blood pressure came back down. He was at 120 or 130 over whatever it is. Totally different person. It was the old him. The point being, if you're doing all these things, go get a medical checkup. Check it out. And don't go, well, maybe the left ventricle of your eyeball might be off and therefore just, no, don't do it. Go to a reputable doctor. Me, and I don't have anything against doctors. I prefer the old school, old town, go see an old guy who's like, come in here. All right, we're going to check you from top to bottom. You're good. Slap, slap. Get out of here. Quit being a whiny bitch. That's the guy I like. So, an unknown, undetected medical condition will make you feel drained, feel you can't create, feel tired, run out of ideas, feel you've lost, and feel burned out. You're doing the inertia thing. You got a good diet. You're going along, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I don't get it. I'm doing all these things. It doesn't make sense. Go see the doctor, a reputable doctor, and find out what's going on. It's got to be one of those. Out of all those things, it's got to be one of those. That's it. The mental shit, we'll get into in a minute. So, internal, mental. We're going to have some fun with this. I'm going to hop over, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the comments, but this is a good time to break and see what everybody's yabbering about over here. Yabbering. Wow, comments. City. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if I missed some of you. I'm going to just try and stay to the subject and may answer this stuff. We're talking about cameras. R5. Okay. Nay's got good stuff to say as usual. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hi, Walter. I'm really trying to stay on target because I don't want this thing to run super long. It's already run super freaking long. Mike Kelly is here, and he's not pissed. Cool. 13 likes before we start. I'm already pissed. It isn't 13-1. Sorry, a lot of comments here. I knew everyone would be offended. Okay. Talking, good. Love communication, good thing. The solution to burnout is a sweet gaming chair. Hey, that's one thing. I mean, it's way down the list, but you know, if you're sitting in this chair 5, 6, 8, 10 hours a day, maybe check into a chair. Little things can add up. Hi, Kevin and family. Hey, thanks. Burnout is what I felt when my ex-wife's mother came by to check on us. My crepe process went off the roof. Literally, I always went, I think he said, to the roof. I guess the leak, it was my tears. He had a leak in his roof. That's freaking hilarious, dude. Perhaps to paraphrase the saying, those who can do, those who can't teach, those who can teach, troll. Cute. People, I'm sorry for looking over here. I'm working on it. It's just that's a really big screen over there, and I haven't set up yet, but I can read it and not misquote you. Very true, Kevin. People that can't be creative always try to hurt others in one way or another. Also, they think by expending a lot of energy on gears or stuff makes them creative. Yeah, people are people. Hey, Raven Wolf. Doodle-doo-doo. Jake, are you right there? Pierre Gear. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. Okay. Supernova. Hey, Grand Tours. Awesome. My body says you're burnt out. I tend to listen to my body. Awesome. Projects are lined up as coffee makers, blinking error codes. Recognizing toxic people is really, really important. Totally, Jake. Recognize them and limit their input into their life. Absolutely. I'm telling you, it may seem like a subtle thing. For some people, it may be hard because they have friends. And they're like, I don't want to lose the few friends I have. I promise you, if you lose those a-holes, you actually get a lot more good people friends. It's important. They'll kill you. Either overtly they're killing you, and you're like, covertly, underhandedly killing you. They will just kill you off. Some of them mean it. Some of them don't even know they're doing it. They're just people. Just get them out of your life, man. What really gets to me is when someone tries to be the expert and put you down so that you can easily end up losing confidence in what you're doing. Absolutely, Ian. That's those people. And again, if I'm going to choose between the nasty asshole that's leaving a comment, we're all good people. We tend to cut a lot of... Well, he's not really that bad. He can't be that bad. And I'm not saying be a butt. You'll always win by being nice. And you'll always lose at least yourself by being an asshole. All the times when that stick with me is when I was an asshole. I don't sit there and go, gosh, I was nice to that person, man. It's terrible. We're social people. These people are not. But yeah, they come in and they hit you, and it's just one of those. You're like, oh, lose my car. Oh, maybe I didn't really know what I'm doing. Bing. Who gives a shit? Knock, knock, knock on your house. Hi, I just wanted to tell you that your car sucks. I don't like the way you drive. And you'd be like, get the hell out of here. Out of your house, man. Have one rule, no traffic. Exactly for that reason. No traffic? Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but let me say this. The most important thing you can do, and I'm going to get to this in the end, but one of the second most important things you can do is to communicate. Period. One of the games these guys are playing is to cut your ability to reach out, to talk, to communicate, and you pull it into where you're like, I'm just not going to frickin' talk to anybody. They win. We'll get into what you do with this. If somebody tries to cut my communication or tries to, you shouldn't talk to those people, blah, 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 I communicate twice as much, if that's what you meant. You can be frightened to say anything in case you're wrong. Result can be a really stilted video next time. Blow it off, man. Like some little 5-year-old kid comes up to you and goes, I think your camera is stupid and you're a poopy face. And you're like, well, man, maybe you're a poopy face and maybe I shouldn't use this camera. Treat it like that. Just laugh. That person can't create. I have 100% of the time when I get really nasty, and I don't mean like some guy's pissed off. He's like, I didn't like your video. I'm talking about that, and you should have used this and blah, blah, you should have used the mic. 100%. And we're talking 30,000 comments. I go check out their channel. They got nothing. Either that, they got some iPhone thing of their cat. Just blow it off. They're just like incoming. Later. And I'll tell you how to really piss these people off. Okay. Worth it or not, you treat them like vampires. Don't invite them in. Don't give them power over your life. Yeah, every time you pay attention to them, every time you talk about them, every time you forward it to somebody else and go, look what this person did. Every time somebody talks to you badly and then you talk to your wife about how they talked to you badly. I'm not saying don't talk to your wife. And your wife talks to her coworker and her coworker says, you're just spreading the insanity and you're allowing them to pollute your house and everybody else's houses. Somebody walked in my neighborhood and started peeing all over the bushes. All the neighbors come out and go, get the F out of here, dude. I wouldn't go, well, do you see that guy who peed on the bushes? Yeah, I'm going to go pee in the bushes. I don't know. I got on the pee thing. Great advice. Thank you. We're almost done over here, by the way. I can't get that pretty orange box. I can use it to type. Yep. I'm not ignoring you. I just want to stay. From all the people I have helped, Kevin is the best one. Hear that? Shucks. Oh. I'm not making fun of him. Making fun of me. Trying to accept nice things. Working on it. Great guy, and he has all my respect. You guys are in good hands. Right place to learn and succeed in the mini is. Hey, man, thank you. Kudos back at you, Nay. I would have spent years trying to do some of this stuff. Actually, I wouldn't done some of the stuff I'm doing and some of the stuff that's going to blow your mind that's coming out. It wasn't for that guy. I owe him a lot. Coffee. Diet. After going keto 3 years ago, I feel 10 years longer. Lost 3 prescriptions. Great. Keto diet worked for you. Boom. Excellent. Hero Nines. Mark Twain. Yeah, I lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. We're talking about cameras. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. Yeah, got it. Makes sense. Cool. Gray weather. La la la. 360. Glad you guys are talking. It's great. Seriously. Your liver can't process fat and alcohol at the same time. So if it's dealing with booze too often, fat isn't going anywhere. Yeah. Well, I mean, liquor or booze, for the most part, is sugar. So, yeah. Hey, whatever. I lost 22 pounds over the past 4 months by stopping meat and walking every day. Well done on you, man. Yeah, for me, I can't stop eating meat. In fact, oddly enough, I gain weight. Everybody's different, man. Everybody and everybody is different. I reach for the coffee, jump to conclusions, do a sit-up a day, half in the morning, half at night. Hey, a half sit-up in the morning and a half sit-up at night is better than none. Woo! Let's keep going while there's a lot of comments. Yada, yada. I'm going to miss some of these. I'm really sorry. Talking about eating meat. We're going to get into this mental stuff in a minute. That's going to be really fun. Well, I really thought this would go for maybe an hour at the most. I have to get my estimation of time in. But we're almost done, at least over there. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. I hope I don't miss something. If I do, I'm sorry. We're talking to each other. I'll just click on random stuff. When I want to be creative, I just look myself in the mirror. My thinking, I got to be real creative to make a ton of money or procreations will never happen. Yeah. I mean, there is some sales technology or some sales advice that works for some sales guy. And some people consider it arrogant. I think it's brilliant. There's no one else around. Look in the mirror and go, dude, you rock. You're going to be great today. You're going to go sell some stuff. It's going to be the best day ever. Get up the next morning and look in the mirror and go, hey, you're freaking great. It's better than going, well, I had a shitty day yesterday and today is going to be bad. You know what? When there's no one around, be as arrogant as you want. Go look in the mirror and go, hey. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you little creepy bastard. You got nothing on this. Who cares? Who cares? We got DMs happening. Oh, Sound Speeds is here is awesome. I really don't like my friends that are on prescription drugs. One girlfriend was on drugs for PTSD. She was always feeling crappy. She got off them and felt many times better. Yeah. I am not going to go there because I will rant on probably things I shouldn't rant about. But I'll tell you, in all my travels, all my filmmaking and my commercials, my 30, actually I've been creative for 45 years. I've been in some creative endeavor. I spent many years, like decades on and off, helping drug addicts. And many of them were on prescription drugs, unfortunately. They were a bitch to get off, man. Anyway, I don't want to go there right now. Do they do takeaways? Might be spoiled, yada, yada, yada. I'm sorry, I had a girlfriend taking ADHD medicine about 20 years ago. I told her she didn't have ADHD. She was more like bipolar. Yeah, I am not going there. I always recommend getting up away from the computer or whatever you do. Walk for 15 minutes while thinking. We're going to go into that in a minute about anything that has nothing to do to work. It works and you're always fresh. We're actually going to go into that. I have some tips. Some of you guys will be like, mind blow. Other guys may be like, yeah. The MDs. Okay. I find it difficult to concentrate for 3 minutes. Maybe I need tea. No. Just need to practice, Ian. Just keep doing it. You'll get there. Okay. Okay, more about drug stuff. No drugs either. Bipolar. Your food, exercise, and thoughts are your most active medicine. My thoughts need to go into a washing machine. Yeah, whatever. Hey, you know what? You have a right to think whatever you want. Here, I'm going to think the nastiest thing that could happen on planet Earth right now. There, I did it. So, doesn't make me a bad person. I thought the thought, and then I unthought it. So what? It's your mind. You own it. And nobody can tell you what to think. And if they do, F them. You can think whatever you want. Now, when you put that out, it's a whole different deal. Now it's out there. Hey, worth it or not. See you later, man. 360 videos. Awesome. Dave Clark. Not my mom. Insane. Me the jury. Wow, man. Lots of comments here. I'm going to just pass by all these. I'm sorry. And I'm going to move on because I want to end this. Man, dudes, sorry. I really thought this was going to be under an hour. Let's continue. And I hope this is helping. Here we go. Mental. Woohoo! Yay! Welcome to Mental World. So, your own mental crap. Allowing others' crap to infiltrate your mind. We covered it in the people segment. Bad diet, exercise, drugs, lack of sleep, all things covered. Turn on these mental gymnastics. Now, I'm just not going to go into that. I'm just not going to go into I'm thinking about it. Nope. Okay. Let me see where we're at here. Yeah. So, you got mental crap going on. Okay. Well, you don't need to be in here a lot. This whole idea of like, and I'm not talking about thinking. Here, I'm going to think a thought over by the curtains. Hey, I think I'm going to say hi to Nay. Hey, Nay. As opposed to, oh, I was going to do this. I want to do this. And I wonder what's going on. I need to do that video and I haven't done that. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if she likes me. I wonder if she does. That's just noise. I can't protect you from yourself. You, like the body boss, have to be the boss and say, F you. Get out of here and quit trying to handle things by looking in and trying to handle your mind. Look out. Your attention is, the solution is trees, forest, look out, look at the curtains. That's the solution to not doing this. Period. The frickin' end. Barring a medical brain conditioner or all this other stuff I talked about. And by the way, all that other stuff, the not feeding and everything else, it sucks like broken arm and this and your drugs. It sucks the energy out of the body and you go blah, 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 blah. Rip and practice going, nope, look, take a walk for 5 minutes and go look at the world and get out of your brains, please. Okay, so here's some big lies. You are effect. Well done. You chose to be the effect of everything, and I'm just a dust blowing in the wind, and everybody controls me, and no matter what I do, I can't do anything. Nice of you to sign up for that. I'm calling bullshit. You signed up for that. Period. But no, Kev, you signed up for that. You agreed to it. Or you need to disagree with that because you do. You are a victim of everything else. I'm just everything and everybody affects me and blah, blah, blah. If that, I'm a victim and everything happens to me and, oh, why did that happen to me? Oh, this, and I just can't get anywhere. My YouTube channel is going. If that worked, then everybody wouldn't be doing that. So it doesn't work. So don't do that. Look out. You can't control your thoughts. Okay. Bullshit. Sorry. That's bullshit. You can control your thoughts. The way you can control your thoughts is go, yeah, I'm going to do this video. It's going to be really cool. Let's see. And I do. Look out. I'm going to be doing a video. So the first thing I'm going to do, let me see, I'm going to have this frame here. Do this. I'm going to show that. I'm going to show this. I'm looking out. I'm not looking in. I'm still thinking, but I'm not effing myself. You can't control your thoughts. In fact, don't try and control your thoughts. In fact, quit doing anything with your thoughts. Look, don't think. That pisses people off when I say that. Look, don't think. And by what I think, what I mean by looking is quit doing this. And force and train yourself to go, world's out here. That's where I'm operating. That's where I'm creating. That's where everything's going to end up. This, you can just go, no, I don't want to do that. You can't control your thoughts, which is don't try and control them. Don't. Just ignore it. This, oh, well, you know, I'm sitting here, I have a wife, and maybe my YouTube channel will fail and everything else. Guess what? All those external influences that are hitting you with bullshit, that's either happening, or you got something going on with the body, or you got a medical condition, or you're allowing yourself to do the same thing to yourself that these other people are doing to you. And tell yourself to knock it the F off and practice it. It is not easy. Just go, oh, I'm doing that think thing. Look around. Here, instead of thinking this, let me draw it out on a piece of paper. Instead of thinking what I'm going to say, let me write it down. Not because you need a script, because you're doing this. And oh, that little pocket. Oh, I remember when I was 5 and Dad. And this is not a good place to be. This whole push on you need to think everything through and think your life and think everything better is bullshit. If that worked, we would have thought the entirety of humanity better. People who create good things, people who make movies, people who make videos, people who construct spaceships, they do this outward. They look up, they look over here, they create things, they plan things, they draw things. They don't go, oh, I think I'm going to make a spaceship, but my dad told me once I wouldn't do it. And you know, my wife doesn't think I should go to NASA today. Just stop it. You need to practice it. If you're doing that, practice. You've practiced doing that long enough and it sucks and it hasn't resulted in anything. Okay, let's stop that. Let's try and practice something new and different right now, right today. We're not going to do that anymore. Oh, but you know, I wonder if my wife came home. I don't know. I should have. Oh, did I put it? Oh, yeah. Knock that the hell off. Okay, good. So what am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing a live stream. That's where my attention's at. Boom. I see. This is where when I see people do this. I wonder that, oh, you know, did you mean something by that? Does that mean you don't like me anymore? And they're like, blah, 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 all into the significance and the thinking. I just want to go take a effing walk and look at the world and get out of your head, because that's where all this shit is. Thank you very much. Next slide. It's all someone else's fault. The minute you go, it's the commenter's fault that I feel bad. It's the wife's fault that I didn't get the video done. It's the environment's fault that I don't feel good. It's my mom's fault. It's my dad's fault. It's the Chinese. It's the African Americans. It's the white people. The minute you go and say, I am going to take this and assign the cause of me to something else, you're done. And I'm not, don't go into the, oh, well, I'll just take responsibility for everything. I guess I'm responsible for the 44 people getting shot in Guyana. Not that that happened, because that's the other end of the spectrum. Oh, I'll think everything, blah. When you have an actual situation and you go, knowing what you know now, and there's a commenter and he goes, yeah, I don't like your videos and it's stupid and everything else. You're like, shit, man. That sucks. You should have kicked that. Just booted it over, but hey, take 5. Go, okay, I'm going to stopwatch. I got a minute, 60 seconds. Yeah, that sucks. And I guess my videos suck. And ding, ding, ding. Okay, I'm done. Worse is you take that and you go, well, I allowed all this shit to come in. I didn't take care of myself. I didn't do this. I didn't create. And I guess it's, you know, the commenter's fault. You have taken your life and given a large or small piece over to somebody else that you can't do anything about. Because it's easy to go, hey, okay, let's see if this video gets canceled. It's easy to go, Mom, you know, I just fucking hate that. Oh, well, Kevin, what's with the language? Well, I've been around all these people and they've been affecting me and I've just been kind of pissed off. And Kevin, what's with the language? Wow, sorry. It's mine. That slipped out of my mouth. Wow. Check that out. I need to have a little more respect for my mom, don't I? Done. I will never think about it again. When you hand the cause of you or what you're doing, you take any small piece or large piece and you blame or shame or hand it over to somebody else, you can no longer do anything about it. And you have just said, you win. You're the cause of me. Boom. You want to argue with that? Argue away. You want to practice not doing that? Please practice away. You will be so much happier. If somebody T-boned me on the road, my first thought wouldn't be, that son of a bitch, you bastard. My first thought is, this is through practice, lots of it. My first thought would be, shit, did I run that red light? Did I always try and figure out, how can this not be my fault? I'm going to blame myself. How can I be responsible for some part of this? Like some way. Well, I wasn't paying attention while I was crossing this. I wasn't paying attention to the road, because if I did, I would have seen this guy coming at 30 miles an hour and not stopping, and I would have never got T-boned. Okay. You want to live your life having everyone else be the cause of being whiny, you're going to end up with a terrible life. I could go on this for about ever, and I'm just not. I'm going to stop now. You get what I'm saying. I'll check the comments in a moment. And all the other blah, blah, blah that goes on in your head. Get out of your head, man. There's like, somehow we've lost this idea of thinking. Look, don't think. I have to say that now because it used to be thinking. You get this idea. Albert Einstein's sitting there, or let's say Thomas Edison, let me see, maybe if I put carbon together, and maybe if I did this, and maybe if I did that, and I don't know, maybe I should do that, and I don't know, but I don't know, where do I get the carbon? Could I get the carbon? Does anybody make carbon? He didn't do that shit. He went, I have an idea. What if we take carbon, he's outward. What if we take carbon, put it in here, blah, wrap the thing. Let me get some carbon. He's in action. He's not sitting there think-effing this thing. There. Okay. So drill, looking out instead of looking in. Just do it. I'll tell you what, do it for a month. Like every time you're like, oh, I'm sitting here going blah, blah, go stop. I'm going to look at the camera. And then, but what about my stop? I'm going to look at the camera. It is going to be frickin' hard to do. Especially if you're really a thinker, an internal thinker. I'm not talking about thinking that way. I'm talking about blah, 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 blah. It's going to be really frickin' hard. And you know what? Put on your big boy pants and see if you could do it. Just joking. You're way better than that. You could do it. And I promise you, you're going to be like, wow, I am way more creative. Toss out any external or internal BS. Just toss it. If you got external shit coming your way, just whatever. Why? If you grant any life or existence to that, you just water it and it grows. If you grant any life or existence to your mental shit, it just grows and it takes you over and it eats you alive. Why would you grant any credence to a weird thought? It's a dwindling spiral into hell. Oh, you know, my neighbor's an asshole. Somebody should effing kill him. Oh my God, I just had a weird thought. Oh, that's kind of weird. Why would I think that? Oh God, the killing thing. Oh man, that's kind of weird. What I think about killing and stuff. That's weird. What am I doing? Oh my God, stop. Man, my neighbor, I hate him. Somebody should kill him. Thank you, mine. Go away for now. That was stupid. And move along. How about that? Look, don't think. And I'm talking about grind. Look. Everyone you see who is competent, who makes things, who creates things, looks. They don't think. The painters don't sit there and go, I don't know, maybe I should use this. But maybe Johnny won't like the red thing. And how did they get to be a great painter? By looking, learning, and not think-effing themselves to death. It's a bad disease, dude. And the only one who's going to fix you, not the drugs, not the people talking to you for 16 million freaking hours about your inner feelings. The only person who's going to handle it is you. It's your mind. It's your responsibility. And the only way you're going to handle it is to stop looking in and stop buying into this mental bullshit and all this external bullshit. Take control. You the boss. You the boss of the body. You the boss of your mind. And tell everybody else to screw off. And if somebody tells you you can't control your own mind and you need to be a fact, well, those are one of those people and get them the hell out of your life. Boom. Don't think. Same thing. Thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about and I can. You're either going to need to stop, look, overcome the inertia of the body and go do it. Don't think it. I knew a filmmaker. I just crapped myself. This is where I came up with that saying, whatever. I got cups on it or something like the worst video we ever made or quit, whatever, think effing something. This guy, and he wanted me to work on a short film for him. And I was like, well, I don't know, whatever. He had been working on this short film. It was 13 minutes, probably, if you then, for 3 years. This was not a complicated film. I could have shot this thing in 2 days for 3 years. It never got made. He never made it. He could have gotten this thing out in a week and done another one and another one and another one and learned a hell lot. He effed himself to death and he didn't do it. Do it. Go, oh, I'm going to make something. Here's what I'm going to do. Go make it. Done. Well, that video wasn't really that great. I kind of missed the focus on this. I wonder if people will see. Stop. Go make another freaking video. All right. Thinking, looking in all the time instead of looking, doing, and creating will make you feel drained. You'll feel you can't create, feel tired, run out of ideas, feel lost, and feel burned out. You will. I know. Been there, not a lot. I've been there a few times, and I pulled myself out of it. Crazy stuff. I have been known in my earlier dickly years to walk, come in on a set or whatever, and some person's like, I don't know this. I can't get it. I've been known to grab this person and take them and walk them off the set and take them outside and walk with them and go, we're going to go look at the world. Start walking. Look at the world. Look at the world. Look at the trees. Look at the fence. Hey, look at that car. Look at that car. Look at that. Just look. Just keep looking. They start looking. They're like, okay. And then we walk back. They don't even know what the hell happened. They come back in and they start doing. I took 10 minutes to do that silly ass exercise that, it's not some kind of philosophical ninja. Boo! shit. The person's stuck in here. Get them unstuck and look out. And then I would get shit done. People like, you're magic. Now I see people looking instead of doing. Yeah. Anyway, that's what will happen. Okay. Let's recap. Creator burnout. It is a thing. I'm not discounting creator burnout going, well, it's not a thing and you're stupid. It's a thing and people experience in it. But the real causes are ignored. We covered that. The real causes are you got people chipping away at you like termites. You're not eating. You're not sleeping. You're taking drugs. You're over alcoholing yourself. You have an unknown or undisclosed medical condition. And I know I'm not calling anybody out. Some people here have experienced that. And all these things I talked about, I'll recap but those are the real causes. It isn't, I mean, think about it. I got creator burnout. I don't know what to do about it, and I don't know what to do. Well, great. So now you have a problem, to swing back to the beginning, and you don't know what to do about it, and so you're going to do nothing? Really? Well, guess what? Don't work for me, because I'll make you go take a frickin' walk. It's one of those things. It's nothing other than the things I've just covered. There are no other things. There aren't any, well, the president and, whatever his name is, Trump and Biden, they're actually putting out radio waves through 5G towers, altering my mind. Shut up. If you're that far gone, wow. Bye. So, creator burnout is a thing. The real causes are ignored. You can elect to handle it or use it as a justification for not creating, and the bad guys win. Ouch. That's stingy, isn't it? Well, I got this comment, and now I have doubts, and I'm not poking at Ian. Ian's great. He's overcome that stuff. And they poke at me, and then I feel, and then I'm like, sure. Should I shoot the next time? They said I look stupid and everything else and blah, blah. Bad guys just won. This one bad person out of a billion people just did what I'm talking about. They poked at you and they won. Well done. They won. Screw them. To hell with them. Pfft, get out of my life. Oh, I'm sorry. And I didn't like the way you painted your house. Your house looks kind of funny, and I don't like your wife. Doors over there. I can either escort you out and slam the door on you, and you're never invited again into my house ever for the rest of eternity, by the way. Or I could throw you out. You have your choice. 5, 4. It sounds brutal. It's not. It's the way to survive as a creator. So, let's recap. Don't let, quote, bad people infiltrate your world, physically or mentally. Dump them and their crap fast. You should drill this until you're like, although I play with people, although once in a while I'll laugh and fun go, look what this guy did or whatever. Somebody comes along and goes, you shit, you don't know what you're talking about. And blah, 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 blah. Delete. You're one of those guys. Awesome. And I move along. And then I'm done. Take care of the tool. That's your body. You're such a tool. Eat your chow. Whatever that is. Get some exercise. Whatever that is. Use your body. Whatever that is. Get some sleep. Whatever that is. Don't take harmful drugs. I mean, that's like a duh. And if you're like, well, I have to take harmful drugs, you might want to start looking at the people you're hanging with. Next, allow time for things to get reset. It could take months. Impatience leads to unusual solution. You'll see companies do this. You'll see people do this. They're like, oh, I just noticed I don't have any energy and I'm kind of fat and everything else. I'm going to go on this diet. I'm going to do this. Oh, this isn't working. I'm going to try this diet and this diet and this diet and do this. Oh, maybe I should drink grain alcohol and it'll flood and get coffee enemas. Like, dudes, it's a body. It's an organic living being. It takes you at least 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years to frickin' die. So it's a slow process. Just acknowledge, I'm working on my body and getting it back. It's going to take time. And as I go along and do the stuff I need to do, I'm going to gradiently feel better. And in 3 months or 6 months, or you maybe 2 weeks for you, or a year from now, it's going to be awesome. And I will be able to check off tool, check. Just give it some time. This day and age of everything's now, this isn't one of those things. This isn't I get it now. That's why people sometimes turn to drugs. Oh, I'm going to do this drug and that drug and this drug and blah, 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 blah. And they compound the problem, destroy their body, and then they continue down that road trying to solve the problem. Just give it time. Okay. Check for an undetected medical condition and handle as needed if any of these things aren't working for you. It's not going to hurt for you to do that. Don't buy into the fad diet everyone is trying to sell you on, that you are the effect, that you are the victim, that you can't control your circumstances, that, any of that stuff. Don't buy into it. Just don't. And drill looking out and not buying into think everything better, because think everything better does not work. Think everything better doesn't work ever. No one since the beginning of time has ever bitched, complained, or thought something better. And if someone's selling you on that idea, they're selling you a bill of goods and they're selling you snake oil. Just stop it. Don't buy into this shit at all. Don't buy into this, you're an effect and you're a victim. Oh, you poor person. I know your YouTube channel isn't doing as well as it should. And you're like, yeah, I know. Don't buy into that. That's death. Like, screw you. I'll do this YouTube channel. My next target for this YouTube channel is to have 3 YouTube channels that are healthy, and this one has 250,000 subscribers. And that may be next month, it may be next year, or it may be a decade from now. And I don't care, because I'm going to keep doing it, and everybody else could just off. So, yeah. All right. Almost done here. So, here's the answer. Answer all fails. Losses, bad news, negative thoughts, criticism, your own or others, attacks on your integrity, attacks on your honesty, attacks on your work, any attack, however covertly veiled. Well, yeah, I know. You've been working at this YouTube thing for a while, and, you got 500 subscribers. I mean, you're never going to make any money doing that. Wait till the algorithm picks up that. Handle all these things by ignoring it and doing this. Got that? The answer to all these things are to do the following. Create. That's the answer. That is the absolutely answer. Oh, I don't know if my sound wasn't good in the last video. Go create another video. With respect to like YouTube and everything. Oh, I don't know. I did, and I did wash the car and it wasn't that great. Go wash another car or fix it. I don't know. I planed that wood and everything in the box that I made. And I don't know. Maybe I'm not that good. Go make another frickin' box. That's always the answer. And here's the cool thing. This is the fun part. Take pleasure in knowing this drives those bad hats insane. Those who can't create, those little picky, those thumbs downers, those bad commenters, the people who go, well, not all marriages are great, with your wife and everything else. No. I love my wife. We've been married 39 years. If someone offered me $1 billion to stand in shit, or someone offered me $1 billion to leave my wife or to stand in shit with her for the rest of eternity, I'd stand in shit with her for the rest of eternity. Oh, well, I don't understand. No, you don't. See ya. Bad person. I want him out of my life. Bye-bye. I don't mess around. And again, people get pissed off. I say something. They jokingly say something to me. I'm not a touchy guy. You know, I mean, I'm walking down the street. If somebody came along and, you know, spit on my shoes, I'd freaking laugh my ass off. I would do this. I would laugh like, wow. Because it's funny. But that's the way, if you're into getting people back, I'm not. But just take this into your head. The answer to bad comments, the answer to someone degrading you, the answer to one attacking your honesty or ethicalness or your morality or your religion or whatever you do is to create more of it. And they go away because they can't stand it. They hate it. They are trying to stop you in some way, shape, or form from doing what they can't do. And you just create, like just create their bullshit. And I did a video. You don't even pick it up. Well, last video, somebody said my sound sucks. So in this video, I'm going to show them. Nope. Just make another video. Correct the sound. You make like another video. Person probably comes back. Well, maybe that's a little bit better than the last one. Just ignore it. Make another video. Make another video. Make another video. Go shoot more shit. Just keep going. And in the meantime, you won't have all this other crap going on. And you'll be happier. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Go create more shit, whatever it is. Because guess what? You're not going to learn and you're not going to get better at your craft, whatever that may be, by going, well, I guess Joe said my woodworking box doesn't look good. I don't know if I'm any good. Well, you're done. The way to do it is to give them both fingers and go create another box and another box and another box and ignore all these assholes. There you go. That's the end of my 30-minute presentation. Now I'm going to go over to the comments and see if anybody's still here. Hopefully on the replay. And hopefully somebody gets something out of this, I hope. And if they don't, hey, I said my piece. You'll probably never hear any of this again. And I'm done. So I'm going to just look over the comments a little bit. Man, there's a ton of comments I didn't answer. Sorry, guys. Let's just look. So many. Let me hit one. Just so Andre's gone. Cheers, dude. Sorry. No human being should trust a doctor. AI will replace them. Depends on the doctor. Lots of stuff from Nay, VA Hospital, Watson, stuff. Selton, some fantastic advice during the first hour. Oh, yeah. Does that mean the second hour wasn't any good? See? That's bullshit. Captain Jack, allergic to McDonald's fries. Yeah. 200 characters limit. Yeah. La 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 la. Kevin. Missing one major thing, time. 6 hour commute time, 8.5 hours working, 7 hours of sleep, no time for content creation on YouTube. I understand. I do understand. I get it. You got a 6 hour commute time. You got 8.5 hours working, 7 hours of sleep, no time for content creation. I am going to overstep my bounds because I'm not living in your life. Honestly, I'm not calling you out. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right. There are so many hours in a day, and that's a fact. But 7 and 8 is 15.5, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.5. You got another 3 hours to create something. Again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying that for me, if you really want to do something, you always find a way. I watch these creators. Some of them complain about time. Some of them don't. They play games for 6 hours and still create content and still go to work. I'm like, wow, that's above me. Again, I'm not trying to call you out. But if you really wanted to do this and you really wanted to create content, you'd figure it out. I know, because I know Captain Jack to a large degree. He's smart and he's intelligent. If you really want to do it, you figure it out. If you don't, okay, I'll just go, hey, yeah, I'd like to do it, but I'm not gonna figure out the time. Okay, good. 3 to 4 hours commute time. Oh, so you have any more time? Create a video, dude. Quit messing around. Joking. English. La 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 la. Spot on, Kevin. Hey, thanks, man. Sunrise. It's your fault, Kevin. See what you made me do. Lol. This stream is full of amazing insights. Thank you. Thanks, Jake. Except when I buy new equipment. My fault? I don't think so, sir. Sony ZV-1. I bought that because of you. Also, I believe you and other people. I bought the new camera that I haven't got. You bastard. That you have because of you. See? What I've done is I've now shoved all responsibility over to you. And I don't have to take any responsibility for that. What'll happen is my camera will break mysteriously a week after I have it. Marina, hot for words, had to lock herself in her apartment just to keep outside distractions. She was able to do 7 videos a week and a bank full of video for a month. She posted 3 vids a week. Yeah. I mean, I know a bit of this story that I'm not going to share here. I think with her, and I'm talking a bit out of turn, some of it is whatever. She was producing a lot of content, etc. Some of it is she had this other shit going on. I guarantee you one or more, usually a lot more, other shit was going on here that you may not have known. Hey, Rob. Loving the passion in today's stream. Quite entertainment. I'm passionate about the subject. As I started, what got me going in this and what really pisses me off is when I see other people buy into, Joe Creator just posted that they're suffering from burnout and they can't come on any ideas. I'm feeling the same way too. I'm like, God, dudes, please. Surely. Here's what I know. You are way more capable. I think you're way more than capable. I bet than you do. I bet than everybody in here. I think you're way more capable than probably what you think do. And I will maintain that till my dying day. Because that's right. Well, that's a whole nother rant. Cars, marine business. I had to turn down the volume when Kevin yelled blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm trained in doing this. And what I should do when I'm doing this is I should go like this. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. So I know better than to do that and not back away from the mic. Or apparently I don't. I need more practice. I just learned from some wise people that I'm 100% responsible for what happens to me, not 99%, just 100%. Let's put it this way, Pierre. I know it's not that I'm responsible. Responsibility is a tough one, man. People hate eating responsibility. It's a bad word. They yuck. Or they force responsibility on someone else. You can't do that. That's yours to own. You can look at something and go, I mean, it's more like, hey, Oregon, this is not happening. My city and where I live in Oregon right now, it's on fire, and I have this big tree, and this guy had these trees in the back, and the trees fell on my house, and gosh, I had to get in my car, and that stupid guy with the trees and the Oregon fires and everything else. I mean, I could go that route. I'd rather, even if I'm wrong, I'd rather go, 6 months ago, when my wife and I were talking to this guy, we were talking to him about he needs to cut down that tree because it's starting to die. And I didn't do that. Screw me, man. I feel better when I do that. I feel better. I don't do the stupid thing. Oh, well, some kid that I don't know about was walking down my street that I didn't know about, and some evil bastard There's no one here in this little town. Came along and took a Tommy gun. They still make those. And AK-47 and shot this little kid and all hell broke loose and everything. Was I responsible for that? No. But could I at least think, you know, instead of fighting those guys when they were talking about putting the gates on the community, I probably shouldn't have fought them. I should probably tell them, man, you were right. It gives me just a little bit of not going, oh, it's all their fault. I mean, that's a stupid example, but especially when it's you. Anyway, Kevin's learning a new lesson. You don't need to comment on every single comment. Yeah, I am really trying to do this, sir. Blowing through stuff. Interactive DNA, man. You feel like taking over this chat. That's awesome. This is a good guy. This is a good guy. He knows a lot of crap. A lot of crap. He knows crap that he hasn't even shared that he knows. Good guy. Heart of gold. And you can also hire him. I believe he charges $5,000 an hour. That included my $1,000 cut. Affiliate link below. Pierre Gagan, when you have kids, your life does not belong to you anymore. What really matters is the protection of your creations. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't want to argue with Nay. He's younger than me. He could probably kick my ass. But again, and Nay would agree with this, your life doesn't belong to you anymore. That's sort of true. I rewarded it as, wow, you've decided to bring these little people in the world, and that's your new life. Your life, like, well, my life used to be hanging out with the guys. I'm not talking about Nay. Used to be hanging out with the guys at the bar, and shooting pool, picking up chicks, and now I have kids. Like, are you, really? Dude, like, I could tell just by that statement, Nay, like, revels. I've been on live Zoom calls with this guy. He loves his kids, and I love to see that. Anyway. There are so many variables in life that can turn a creative person into an empty shell when it comes to be creative. But again, that's part of life. Walk away. Retext. Give time to reboot. Yeah, walk away. This crap, walk away. When somebody's sitting there and you're like, well, my cousin can shoot that for, nothing. I thought, paying you $100 would be nothing. Just go, hey, thanks for considering, man. But yeah, I just can't do that. Shake the hand. Walk the fuck away. Person's either an idiot, is a shill, he's trying to sell you, or doesn't know any better. Why get upset? Who cares? Why grant him? Oh, he is stupid. He offered me. There you go again. Stop it. Maria and I always looked at negative comments as a sign that we were doing great. Many people like to poo-poo on success. Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll see the media do it all the time. They'll take, I don't know, I'm trying to think of stars. Tom Cruise, Bette Midler, I don't know. There's a bunch of stars. People, not the ones that like were bad, but you'll see them build them up and build them up and build them up and build them up. When they're at the pinnacle, they start hammering them down. Hammer. This person did that. They did that. They're terrible. They're bad. Sources say that's their game, which is why I have no. I need a coffee enema. Am I that far behind? Holy shit. Thoughty 2 has a good video that covers the subject. Yeah, I watched that. Oh. No, that was from Captain Jack. It's pretty cool. It has a good video. Watch this video later. You better watch it later. Sending people away from this compelling, awesome, fantastically entertaining, long video. I'm going to, when I do these, because I did prep for this, obviously, it was a presentation. When I do these types of things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and actually present it and time it and go, wow, that's too long. That's 3 videos. Anyway, my best strategy for dealing with bad people in a calm way, not shouting. I ask them, are you out of your mind? Just wait for the reaction. Cools down most of the time. Yeah, it's one way to do it. If they're really bad, unless I'm in a playful mood. But after a while, you could tell. Trust me, after 30,000 comments, I'm 99.99% repeating right on this. It's just experience, not I'm any smarter. But you can smell them. They come along. Well, based on my experience in Hollywood, using a particular camera like the red Komodo on your YouTube. I'm like, this person doesn't know shit. I delete it. I don't even engage. They're assholes. Why would I engage with assholes? Unless I'm engaging with assholes for fun. Why? Like, treat comments in your life like real life. I know we're all isolated, but treat them like real life. Somebody came up and went, well, I just wanted to tell you, Pierre, that Citroen you're driving is not cool. You should be driving a Mercedes, because Mercedes is better than your stupid Citroen. If you had any brains, you'd be like, excuse me, could you, like, I'm eating. I'm in a cafe. Go away. Like, well, I'm gonna like security. Get him out of here. Uh-oh. We're talking about coffee enemas. If this video survives and gets posted, I'll be blown away. Comments. Blah, 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 blah. I need to hire a video editor, Captain Jack. You're gonna hire Nay? No. I mean, maybe so, but he is probably extremely expensive. I'm not sure. And probably worth 10 times that much. So, yeah. And Nay, would you like shortchange yourself? He wouldn't. Why doesn't Interactive DNA have a blue cap? Oh, a blue cape? No. Not a blue cape. He actually has a different color cape, and Superman copied him. Blue wrench. I mean, okay. Sorry, Kevin. Dinner's ready. Hey, Michael, thanks a lot. Thought he too is excellent. Yeah, he creates excellent content. Where are we? I don't know where we are. This stupid thing has gone. Hey! Oh, I reached the end of the comments. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Really, you know how I feel. I do this all the time. It's like, you guys, thank you. Thank you for putting up my blah, blah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for communicating with each other. I really hope this helped. You won't hear about this probably ever again. I'll just point somebody to this video and either silently take this information and use it, do some of the drills I presented. I'm telling you all this because it's worked for me my entire life. Apparently there's only 9 viewers left. Thanks for hanging. And, use it. And if you don't, it's okay. You may have some other philosophy or idea, or maybe this bangs up with some of that. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, YouTube Academy Zoom members. I will make it to the 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. live Zoom session, unlike I did 5 p.m. last Wednesday. Yeah, there are certain things I do, and I need to work on forgiving myself a little bit easier, which is what I would suggest to you, so I should do it. Anyway, join me for that. Join me for this Thursday now live editing sessions, which may bore the crap out of you or don't. It's okay. And I appreciate you guys. I'm going to check out now. I appreciate you being with me. And yeah, I say it all the time. You guys are awesome. We'll see you later. And let's cut to that outro.